Welcome back to the Botanical Cake Studio. Today I have a Pittosporum foliage tutorial for you. And I'm using this Wilton metal leaf cutter set. It has a sort of wavy side to it and also a smooth side, and for this tutorial I'm actually going to use the smooth side. And I've also got a generic leaf veiner and some green floral paste and some 28 gauge wire, which I've cut into quarter lengths. So I'm just going to begin by rolling out my paste and cutting out a few leaves. If you don't have this cutter set, then just use something similar. This sort of shape is good for the Pittosporum. And of course, if you don't have anything similar, then you could just freehand cut your leaves out as well with some scissors or a knife. And I'm just threading in my 28 gauge wire, which I've dipped in a little bit of egg white. And then I'm just going to thin each of my leaves with my metal ball tool. And then just press them each into the veiner. And then finally just thin and frill the edges with the ball tool to create this sort of wavy edged effect. Then we'll just leave them to dry completely on a foam pad. So now to dust the leaves, I've got some Squire's Kitchen Yellow and some Roxy and Rich Sage Green, which I've just mixed together to create this sort of medium green colour. And I'm just going to dust each of the leaves in exactly the same way with a nice sort of medium green. The yellow just helps to highlight the leaves slightly. And I've got a total of 12 leaves here, and they range from around about 4 centimetres in size to 5 centimetres in size. Now that all of my leaves are dusted, I've just added a small amount of white floral tape just to the end of the wire closest to the leaf. And I'm now just going to tape them all together in a sort of staggered approach. So essentially I'm going to have 3 different positions for the leaves and just add them in a staggered way, one at a time, just going a little bit down the stem and just having each leaf slightly offset from the other. But if you go round in a clockwise motion in the way that I am, and just carry on adding the leaves until you've used them all up, or if you wanted to create a slightly shorter stem, then you could just add a few less leaves. Now I'm going to dust the stem. So I have some Squire's Kitchen Bulrush and some Sugar Flare Terracotta, which I'm just mixing together to create a brown sort of colour. And I'm going to dust all the way down the stem and onto the small stems of the leaves as well. I'm also dusting a very tiny amount onto the base of the leaf too. And just carry on dusting all the way down to the end of the stem. And by adding the extra bit of floral tape to the ends of the leaves will just help the colour to take to the wire too. And that's your finished stem. So I like to just spray mine lightly with confectioner's glaze to give it a light sheen and to help set the colour as well. All of the details for the tools that I've used in this tutorial can be found in the video description. And if you've liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all the latest videos.